Hi, ho everyone. My name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 155. In today's episode, we briefly discuss Black Adam. I have at least seen it. Quick thoughts, no spoilers. We discuss Overwatch 2. Good bit of Overwatch 2, new events, us playing, grinding, drama, this, here, and that. Whatever you could want. My journey to the When We Were Young concert. Yes, it's real. Yes, I went.
It's real.
And yes, I was on day 2, so my day was not canceled. Feels bad for all those that can't say the same.
Mr. Fruit's day was canceled?
But not in the way that you think.
Yeah, but also not that way. Oh, I forgot to tell you too. I had to look like an absolute goober.
What do you mean?
Because I had my other pair of glasses on, but I had the straps that go around your head to keep them on.
Oh, those are cool. Like those are.
And then I have my earplugs that also have a little cable going through the back.
I need to see a pic. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, with not only like essentially a fanny pack. Because you had to bring the little like clear bags. And they can only be so
like a
big.
meme pic.
Yeah, they can only be so big. So yeah, that was a day. Anyway, some new games releasing like Modern Warfare 2, House of Dragons finale, no spoilers, as well as questions and answers, and a couple other things as we tend to ramble. So
we have a review.
Ho
from the Soup Review. So maybe this guy is like
maybe he's a turtle soup aficionado. If you
the Dream Team has earned all 6.9 stars. I don't play Final Fantasy 14, CS:GO, or League. Like how we all have like our own kind of game there. I gave up on Pokemon and Destiny. Oh wait, go ahead.
Now that you mentioned it, that reminds me. I was in an Overwatch game yesterday.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 2 days ago. I don't know. And enemy team recognized me. Of course, it's never my team, and of course they always beat me. But always on the enemy team, like, oh, Miss Fruit, like big fan. Oh, that's all cool stuff. So then our tanks just starts flaming me, of course, and it's like, why is an Overwatch YouTuber like high plat, low diamond? Like, what's the point? Like, don't you just get paid to like play FPSs?
What?
Way more to that. But then
first of all, like.
But then it's funny because like my teammates flaming me in all chat, and the enemy team is defending me. And then they go like, "No, but bro, he's a Destiny YouTuber." And I was like, "Oh man." All right.
Thanks, guys.
These shackles are bound.
Yeah, it's like no, he's not an Overwatch YouTuber, dude. He's a Destiny YouTuber. And I'm like, well, all right.
And then Ryan's like, "Oh,
that makes sense." But I was like, yeah, okay.
It says, I gave up on Pokemon and Destiny. I'm in the bottom 90% of Twitch users, but I love this podcast. Hearing my grow up content creators being passionate about pop culture, personal stories, fan inquiries, and memes gives me life, and I'm here for it. If you're a gamer, if you're a movie fan, listen. If you're looking for an entertaining time where you feel like the luckiest fly on the wall, listen. Well, thank you, Super Viewer. That was a good review.
I love when people make these reviews that like mean a lot because it makes me feel warm. But like it's like icy hot where they're like my grow up YouTubers, and I'm just like, oh my god.
I've been getting a lot of that. Like, yeah, dude, we started watching like 5th grade, going into college now, or like graduating college. I'm like,
I'm like, hey man, thanks. I really appreciate you sticking around. At the same time, I can't see. I need my glasses that are 98.9% in the upper percentile because I'm also old.
You just at me next time, dude. What the heck? Bruh.
Or you're Mr. Fruit.
That sounds like me. I can't see in my back and my knees. Maybe I am there.
Been an honor.
Thank you very much, Soup Reviewer. You know, that hit like a good warm bowl of soup.
See you in the podcast.
All right, let's get into it.
I'm Felicia Day, and I'm the host of the official The Lord of the Rings of Power podcast. In every episode, I'm going backstage for an all-access look at what it took to bring Middle-earth to life. I will be sharing juicy behind-the-scenes stories and processing all the holy crap moments with the members of the cast and crew. So if you want to deep dive into every episode, watch The Rings of Power on Prime Video and listen to all 8 episodes of the official The Lord of the Rings of Power podcast for free on Amazon Music.
Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery makes it easy to switch things up with the 30-plus meal choices per week, 36-plus weekly add-ons, and an option to add protein and vegan and veggie meals each week. Head to gofactor75.com/GG60 and use code GG60 to get 60% off your first box. That's code GG60 at go.factor75.com/GG60 to get 60% off your first box. And now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/GG.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 155. In today's
69.
episode, we inch closer to 169 and one episode away from the big Trace years, Trace
69.
Años. But it's not. You know, this episode's not very ceremonious. It's like that weird birthday. I kind of feel like it's like your 15th birthday, your 20th birthday. It's like right before bigger milestones. Right? Yeah, it's your birthday. It's happening, but no one's gonna make
You're
a
not
big deal
that
out of it.
important yet.
Yeah, like
But
29.
you're almost important.
You're not to your 30s yet.
I feel like 29 is like last year clinging to that youth. Like,
Like, oh god, I got a year until then too. So
Yeah, I
gotta
just kind of
accept
had
that
one of
as
those
I can.
birthdays. I feel like it was just like, yeah, it's your birthday. It's like, yeah,
every birthday for me ever.
pretty much
Get it
same.
done. So yeah, let's just get things kicking off here. I didn't ask any of you guys, so I don't know. Have any of you seen Black Adam?
yeah. I haven't been to the movies in a good while. Like, I can't even remember the last movie I saw.
It was my first movie in a while. I think the last movie I saw maybe was that Bullet Train. I feel like it's been a couple months or something.
I feel like Top Gun is. There has to be a movie I saw before Top Gun, but that's like the only one I could think of off the top of my head. Let me see.
I can never get clear to go to many movies. You have to be. This one was a guilt because it's like, hey, we haven't been in the movies in a while.
The last one, I think I actually straight up, like, let's go theater time, was Dragon Ball Superhero.
True. Oh,
Everything else, I've just been like, yeah, I guess I'll go. I got a coupon.
only look when Bullet Train.
Oh, I think the Minions movie. That's the last movie I saw, and I can say that with pretty much confidence. The Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Yeah, I think the last one I went to was either Bullet Train or Dragon Ball Superhero because they were released around the same time.
Hey, that was in July. Dang, it was a good movie too.
Yeah, I mean the one I think last time I went was like a week after Summit. I don't think there's been anything since until Black Adam. I'm thinking.
That really made you want to go.
No, I like to go to the theater. So I wanted to go anyway. And then I wanted to, form an opinion on the movie myself. Plus I wanted some cinnamon pretzel bites. So I got me some cinnamon pretzel bites. Yes, sir. So I'm assuming that means neither of you have seen it.
No, sir.
Blue, you haven't seen it?
No.
Yeah, it was okay. My problem with it was it kind of picked up. It just started. I feel like it's a common problem DC has in some of their movies where the pace is weird pacing. Things are happening too fast. They're trying to fit too many things in.
Yeah.
And then they get into it. Like, for the start of this first couple minutes, they're trying to, like, give the backstory and stuff, and it's just like...
Exposition.
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
DC Exposition, never been good, unfortunately, so...
And then it goes back to, like, the humans that are in the story, and it slows the story down. And the pacing was kind of weird. It picked up towards the end. I think it ran a little too long. Probably could have shaved off, like, 10, 20 minutes. But otherwise... It was The Rock killing dudes
was The Rock.
as a superhero. It was what I expected. It wasn't bad. Didn't blow me away, but yeah, like I don't think it's like what do the critics have it at? Like 30,
It was there.
35%. Yeah, it was exactly what you would think The Rock as a superhero would look like. And that's what it was. Again, bonus points though, because maybe spoilers if you guys somebody's listening or something. It's literally the post credit scene. It has nothing to do with the actual movie either. It doesn't reveal anything about the movie. But the post credit scene has my boy Henry Cavill back as Superman. And I'm excited for that. That was the best part of the movie for me. I just like my boy Henry. I want to see some more.
The entry.
Yeah, I want to see some more Superman.
It's like I don't think I'm gonna see it, but I do want to see that. So,
I mean, you could definitely wait for it to come to like streaming services to rent. I don't think it's like a must go out and see. But I think as far as DC movies went, I think they're starting to get there. I think they're starting to get a good idea. But yeah, it's just so weird because like I go into that movie and it felt like a Marvel movie these days. And by that I mean it's been DC's problem every time is they've like tried to skip the steps Marvel did to set up where they are. And DC is like, well, we're behind, so we're just going to try and fast forward. And so it felt like a movie Marvel would be putting out now, which would make more sense if we'd had the time previously with DC. So that was the only complaint. Otherwise, yeah, there's some funny moments, some good one-liners. The Rock was The Rock.
The Rock. Did Black Adam ever ask what's cooking? That'd be sick.
My favorite part was when he said, "It's cooking time." It's like, oh my god, he said it. So yeah, I'm not sure what everyone else, but yeah, like the audience response still has been pretty high. And again, I think it's just because there's like I think it's pretty obvious most of the time too. Like they're not making superhero movies for critics. This isn't like a movie they're like, oh yeah,
For sure.
like this is really gonna appeal. Now some superhero movies
This is the one.
yeah, like break through, but like this was very much just like a popcorn blockbuster. Like it's action movie. It's The Rock, who's a superhero, quotes, who kills. It's exactly what you think. So, as for next movie, I don't even know. I think Wakanda Forever comes out in 2 weeks, which I just saw the trailer for last night when I was watching football. I'm still interested to see because they're going with, I don't know the actor's name, but wasn't it like Black Panther's sister? She's like the scientist
Theory or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like making
believe so.
her the Black Panther, I guess, or her version. But IRL, isn't she like really hard to work with or something? Wasn't there a whole lot of drama around her?
I have no clue.
I think there's something where apparently she was really hard to work with, or just a horrible person, or said something apparently pretty problematic. So it kind of reminds me too of like The Flash, like where in the world? Because I think they actually, trying to think of Black Adam, I think they referenced The Flash or something. And that reminded me, like, what in the world are they going to do there? Because, like,
they seem to be sticking with them.
I don't even know if there's a chance. Like, it seems like dude's just going to jail here soon, or you would think. So same kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It's a weird play. And plus, of all the people, too, I don't know. Siri just felt like the
Breaking news here. We are a drama podcast. Tom Brady
True.
announced that he and Giselle are officially divorced. Like,
And man, live, laugh, football.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if it hadn't been weeks of lead up and stuff, and then pretty much like confirmations, and then the divorce lawyer announcements and whatever.
yeah, but he came out and like put out like a twit longer. My side, but no, but just
Actually,
like
why don't you read it to us?
This is what happens when you leave New England, by the way. In recent days, my wife and I
Okay, you
finalized
say
our
leave
divorce.
New England. He got essentially fired.
In recent days, my wife and I finalized our divorce from one another after 13 years of marriage. God, it feels longer than that. We arrived at this decision amicably and with gratitude for the time we spent together. We are blessed with beautiful and wonderful children who will continue to be the center of our world in every way, except for football. We will continue to work together as parents to always ensure that they receive the love and attention they deserve. We arrived at this decision to end our marriage after much consideration. Doing so is, of course, painful and difficult, like it is for many people who go through the same thing every day around the world. However, we wish only the best for each other and as we pursue whatever new chapter in our lives that are yet to be written. And we kindly ask for privacy and respect as we navigate through what is to come in the days and weeks ahead. Thank you. Damn, Tom.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
I'm Felicia Day, and I'm the host of the official The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power podcast. In every episode, I'm going backstage for an all-access look at what it took to bring Middle-earth to life. I'll even have the first full breakdown of the incredible season finale with the series showrunners, JD Payne and Patrick McKay. I will be sharing juicy behind-the-scenes stories and processing all the holy crap moments with the members of the cast and crew.
Numenor has got to be the most amazing thing ever, and we wanted it to just be the greatest kingdom of men that ever existed.
The elves are arrogant and vain. They're not beyond being corrupted.
Can I just say, watching Owen Arthur eat in his full regalia is the most hilarious thing.
So if you want to deep dive into every episode, watch The Rings of Power on Prime Video and listen to all 8 episodes of the official The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power podcast for free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app now.
Fall is officially here, and with a new season comes a new routine. But if you're like me, you get sick of the same old, same old. Luckily, Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery makes it easy to switch things up with the 30-plus meal options that they have every week, 36 weekly add-ons, and an option to add protein and vegan or veggie meals each week. You guys have heard myself, Mr. Fruit, and BlueWestlo talk about all the delicious flavors that we love, and now it's finally your turn to finally try it. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals make it easy to fuel up fast with meals delivered ready to heat and eat in just under 2 minutes. Add seasonal favorites like the 3-bean vegan chili, the apple mustard pork chop, the Tuscan tomato chicken into your rotation to spice things up. Factor meals save me time, but they also keep me satisfied. Their chef-crafted recipes are packed with restaurant-quality flavors, so what could you possibly be waiting for? Head to go.factor75.com/GG60 and use the code GG60 to get 60% off your first box. That's code GG60 at go.factor75.com/GG60 to get 60% off your first box. And now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. When I'm dealing with things like stress and burnout, it's easy to dwell on those things rather than think about solutions to fixing those problems. During my time with BetterHelp, they were able to show me what solutions actually looked like so I could focus on solutions rather than just fixating on the problem itself. When I was with BetterHelp, they did nothing but listen and also were nothing but professional the entire time. If you're thinking about giving therapy, give it a try. BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get you 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/GG. Again, you can see that by visiting betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/GG.
I'm sure he had a hard time saying, "Hey, great work, PR guy."
Yeah.
He's
You
like,
don't think Tom wrote
I think
that?
you just misspelt this. And he's like, "No, Tom, I didn't." He goes, "Okay, well then, yeah, like you can post that." No, I don't think he did.
No,
or
that
he
won't.
did roughly, but yeah, 100%. That's just PR. Well, there's like inside sources or whatever that's saying like, yeah, it is essentially like it was about football. It's just so
Had to have
bizarre.
been.
Like, well, I imagine it was just kind of like, all right, babe, you said like that's it. It's time to retire. It's like, okay, yeah, babe, retires. Like 1 week later, he's like, oh my god. He's either like never been around the house that much, or like sitting
I
there
don't
and
think I can do
like,
this. I don't think I can do this, guy.
Obviously,
Yeah.
never been around the house this much.
yeah, or he's like, or he's sitting there and then like maybe normally he does, but then it's always like, okay, like a couple more months and we're back to training and I'm back and we're back into it. And then he's like, wait a second, what am I gonna do in a couple? What am I gonna do tomorrow? What am I gonna do in a couple? I'm not gonna play football. I want to play football. Hey kid, you want to go play catch? Like, Dad, it's all we do. No. It's like, oh my god. And 100% he's like, babe, I want to go back. She's like, Tom,
You just retired, bro.
shut your dirty slut mouth. No. Like you said, you've always said your exit plan and this was it and you're going to do it. He goes, but football's life. And then, I'm assuming he just didn't know how to walk away.
Football is life.
And
I like the reference there.
thank you. And yeah, I'm assuming that's like, you got to think about like the dude's life has been football since he was young, youth football, into high school football, into college football, right into the NFL. 24 until he retired or something. How many years in NFL?
I think this is his 22nd year.
Okay, so like 21 years NFL. Dude knows nothing else, so I don't blame him. Where he's just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and he's like, I got some more in me, which this year has been rough. Granted, a lot of the Hall of Fame quarterbacks have been struggling, like Aaron Rodgers. What is that man doing? Same with Tom. Well, we don't need to talk about how Russell's fall from glory. Hey, let's ride.
I like
Let's ride.
that's
Let's
become like your new like Twitch kind of motto though.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Which is funny. The Let's Ride meme came from, I think it was Shark Eros and I were queuing like a week ago.
I saw the video like
Yeah.
of you guys. Yeah. Okay.
And
so that's what it's from.
yeah, we were on like a 9-game loss streak at some point. And
Sounds like me right now.
yeah, and so I was like, I'm Russell Wilson right now, dude. I'm like, let's ride. Like we're cooking up some Russell L's right now. Let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. And the whole because Broncos are just up in flames. So I'm like, I'm there. I'm with Russell right now. I'm riding. And so it was
Let's ride.
synonymous. It was synonymous with just L's and like tilting and just getting pooped on. Until like 2 days ago when Shark Dork Pug and somebody else joined like later in the night after a loss streak. So I'm like, boys, I'm riding. Like, let's ride. Let's ride some L's. But they join, and then we go on like a 7-game win streak. And so suddenly we're like, yeah, we're riding. We're like, let's ride. Yeah, so then
Maybe
suddenly let's
is this
ride
a,
was some dubs.
Symbolism for the Broncos season? That's what happened.
Yeah, maybe. It starts out terrible. Hey, it's all going to turn around in London against my Jags, bet. We'll give him an L to boost his confidence, or a W to boost his confidence. Because opposite for Jaguars, nice like 2 weeks to the season, and then we're right back. Jaguars country, we're back.
We're back.
So yeah, let's ride is it's now it's no in between. You're either popping off and you're streaking, or you're just getting the dickin' and you're streaking the other way. So let's ride.
Yeah, I've been getting absolutely torched in Overwatch, bro. Like, I think first day it was like me, Benny, and Crafty. We were queuing, and then like two of Crafty's and one of Crafty's friends, one of Benny's friends. We queued in a 5-stack and went legit like 16-1. It was awesome. It was like the greatest day ever. Then the next day we queued. I think we went 7-12. So like not as great of a day. Yesterday, bro, was I think I went 2-14.
Let's
Yeah,
ride. Yes,
It
sir.
was bad, dude. It was
my.
bad.
Let's
And like,
ride.
Let's
and it
ride.
was one
That's
of those
Let's
things where
Ride
it was
right there.
like, it was one of those things where Crafty was like, all right, I'm gonna switch off DPS. Like, it's gotta be my fault. And I was like, I'll take over the reins. Anybody that was just put in that position just sucked yesterday. It was bad.
That is funny.
So I think today I'm probably riding the solo queue or duo train.
Well, this is what everyone talks about. It was like, yeah, I got a stack. Bro, my win rate, solo and or duo versus stack, night and day. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
my win-loss stacked is like probably 30%, maybe.
I'll be right back.
But solo duo is like probably 70. It's just way better. And I think the problem is, I think when you're stacking, you're almost always, especially like a 5-stack, I think you're always fighting other 5-stacks. 9 times out of 10, I also trust that their stack probably has a little more cohesion because we're just like, whatever, let's go. And then with
Let's
the rank,
ride.
with the elo resets, yeah, we're right. With the elo resets, and then like people joining like who just haven't grinded as much. So like, somebody's like silver here. I could be like high plat here. Somebody's gold. So like they match you against a 5-stack, and the system's just like, we don't even know where to put you. And I feel like most of the time too, it'll lean towards the higher end. Like they don't normally average down if they're gonna match you. So yeah, then it's just a clown fiesta. And it also makes it really hard too when you're stacking to realize if you're the problem. Because like if you solo or duo and you're streaking, okay, well, I'm making a difference. If you're solo or duoing and you're streaking on L's, you can be like, okay, well maybe I am the problem. Because you're the only constant. So you can tell with variations, okay, well, am I still doing good or am I still doing bad? So that's why I like solo duo, because I can learn more. When we're stacking and we lose, it's just like, what the fudge? Or if you're stacking and you win, you're like, what the fudge? You could just be getting carried, either or. So it's more fun to stack, but trying to climb to solo duo it. And yeah, since we went on our Let's Ride W territory, I think I'm like 14-2. Over 2 days. We back in Diamond. Yes, sir. Which I'm proud of myself because literally the first like 3-4 days of Overwatch 2 releasing, never even played DPS because I was like, I don't trust myself. I feel like a detriment. I can't hit shots. It's too much pressure. Even in Overwatch 1, I never really played DPS because I'll just tank. It's too much pressure. Plus, that was like my first real PC game too, so the aim just wasn't there yet. But I was like, you know what? I want to be the
Let's ride.
Let's ride. I want to be the difference maker because I like that too about Overwatch 2. It is more like deathmatch. Picks are important, and I'm not just shooting shields. So like, I can make the difference in a game, and so now I kind of like the pressure. Like we can win if I'm popping, but we can lose if I'm not. And we've been riding.
So Ash, Sojourn, and Cassidy. Those
Yes,
are
sir.
That's who we ride with.
Mainly
right.
Ash. Sojourn was the first couple days. I think my favorite is just Ash or Cassidy. Problem with Cassidy is just in a rough spot. Like, there's almost never really a map or a game type where choosing Cassidy is the best. Whereas, like, if I need a hit scan, why wouldn't I go Sojourn or Soldier, or for me, like Ash? But he's still fun, and it doesn't mean he can't pop off. Those have been the big ones. It's been nice having Bastion back, because now I can actually like kill some barriers and stuff myself. Like, there was this one game I played a couple days, like over a week ago, before they were all re-enabled. We were playing Eichenwald. We were on offense. We got the first like capture point, had to move the payload. And then it's right when that first gate opens, as soon as you get the payload.
Yeah.
Before you get to the castles, any of that. And they had a Reinhardt, the enemy team. The Reinhardt just stood at that gate and just stood there for 5 minutes. Like, we didn't move it at all. We lost. Spoiler. And I'm like, bruh, like, what is going on? My brothers in Christ. Like, why can't we? And the worst part, too, was...
kill this Rhine.
Yeah, then they had Baptiste and Anna and something else up on the castle. And, like, my team just, like, wouldn't break the barrier. And I'd be out there getting some picks. And I'd come back. Like, guys, what do we... And the Reinhardt's still alive. And that's when I was like, bruh, if I had Bastion right now, I could just break this for my team and they could hold W. Now he's enabled and I can do that, which is nice.
He's insane. Like, his, like, turret thing is insane.
Well, and that's like, he's really good too, if they don't know you've picked him around like initial points. Because if they turn the corner and don't realize you have Bastion and you're in sentry form, bruh, just like, yeah. They re-enabled my boy Torb, which carried me in my game to Diamond. Coincidence? I think not. We got a big Torben time 5K play the game.
That's dope.
Granted, it glitched out, which was unfortunate.
I have a question. Do you like I wouldn't say the shop, but how they do like skins and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely not. No.
Okay, I was gonna see if you also. I really like didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but I fucking hate it. Like it, because like I see all the skins that I have now, and it's just like, okay, well, get used to these because I'm not buying like a 20, like most of these $20 skins. Like,
yeah, my inventory right now, if I had to get them all through Overwatch 2, would be like thousands.
Oh, at least 1,000.
And like back in the day, realistically, maybe I bought like $200 of like loot boxes. It's like that's the world we're living in. People are like, bro, I can't believe I'm sitting here saying, man, I miss loot boxes. Because like this Halloween event too, whack. At least as far as like
Whack.
At least as far as like skins and stuff, because first off, there's 2 new skins. That's it. 2 new legendary skins. Because like people are pointing out, like for instance, the first Halloween event had 16 skins. And I think 4 or 5 of them were legendary. And so like some were epic, but that many skins on top of the fact that they were all earnable in game because you could earn loot boxes, granted slower. And so like, yeah, maybe you had to buy them, but also if you just bought it, it'd be way easier than whatever this is. But that's part of the problem too. I can see some people is like, there's nothing to earn because in this event you can earn things. And what is it? It's a weapon charm. I think like the very end, some voice lines and battle pass XP. And that's like the event to earn instead of before where it was like do arcade and do X amount of games, do these challenges, get loot boxes, do that, get a skin. And that's just like
You can
pay $27 for this Kiriko skin because we're not going to sell it outside of a bundle.
Yeah, weapon charm, a spray, a name card, voice lines, and some XP. That's like well, you can get it for the event. Pretty bad.
Yeah, so it's pretty whack.
Whack.
But I did say, I mean, granted, I played a good bit, but I went through the whole battle pass. Like I bought the battle pass, but I hit the Genji skin.
This is
Easy.
It's sick. Like the grind, like I don't know. That's the problem. It's like maxing the battle pass wasn't too bad. Granted, I played a lot. And there's a month left. But the fact that I didn't re-earn currency to purchase the next battle pass is whack. And even with premium, there's like 3 things in there that were worth it. Like maybe 4. Like the Diva skin, the Kiriko skin, the Mercy and Pharah are alright. Like the Pharah's I don't really care about those, but they're decent skins. And then obviously Genji. And then literally everything else is just like fluff. Even the free was whack. So I don't know, it's just typical modern age microtransactions, and it's
I think I hate the ranking system the most though, if I'm honest with you. I really hate I like to see the number go up, you know, or down. I like to see that. I don't like this whole wait 20 games because right now I have to wait 20 games. Is all I'm doing is losing.
Well, I think my problem with it is for instance, like I was plat 1. Won my DPS, go to rank up, plat 1. But I went like 7 and 5 or something. So I'm like, what? Why? I just wish I would know why. Like,
Yeah.
it needs to make sense for me. Like, why am I skipping a tier this time? Why am I not? Why did I go back? I haven't gone back yet, but like, why would I go back 3 tiers? Or, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they changed it. There has to be some logic to it. Like,
yeah, there has to be like
because like
some explanation.
I think part of that is the one more mentality. Because like, for instance, instead of getting off, I'm like, I only need one more game to get placed. I lose 4 in a row, but I'm like, I just need one more W. Or like, somebody's playing and they've only played a couple. And instead of seeing exactly where you are in the rank, because let's say in like typical Overwatch 1, you'd be like middle plat. And you just know you're middle plat and it's going to take X amount of games to win. You're like, whatever. And you lose the game, you're like, all right, it's not happening today. But in this one, you don't. You're like, well, maybe 5 more wins and I'll get it, Copium. And then you rank up and you go nowhere and you go, okay, kill me now. I think that's honestly part of it. And then also, they just really don't want other people. Like, I don't understand why I can't see the rank of my teammates or myself in a game. I think they took it out probably for toxicity or
They took out
it's
what?
all dumb. But like the fact that like you can no longer see your teammates' ranks in a game as well as yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't really make
Unless
sense
they
to me.
have like their career profile not private, which nobody
Right.
ever does.
But then you have to go into it. Like used to, you would look at the scoreboard and it shows, okay, everyone here's diamond and everyone here's diamond. Or like, oh, that guy's plat and that guy's masters. But now you just don't know. And so that's why some games too, and with this like ELO reset, like sometimes I have teammates and I'm like, I feel bad because like I got reset and this was like weeks ago. So I'm like, I'm playing in gold, but I don't think I belong in gold. But I think this guy just belongs in gold. So I can't really flame him because the game put me here. But also, why am I playing with this guy? Because he just like, we're just so on such like the way we play the game is so different. So I think that's also like the ELO reset. I think moving forward, now that I've like at least gotten DPS, I need to get the others up. But once I have my ELO in a better spot, like next season starting it, I think will be better because it won't be such a weird reset where everyone's kind of in limbo. Now it'll be more of like, oh, okay, these are my people.
I went in this deep hole of like rare Overwatch skins yesterday because Crafty got we were playing a game like 2 days ago and there's a Genji skin like Illidan. It's like Illidan Storm Range or whatever, and it's literally
Never heard of
Genji. Yeah, oh dude. It's the first time it's like a super rare skin apparently. You got it at like BlizzCon 2019. It's gotta be one of the coolest skins I have ever seen.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen it like once.
Yeah, so it's a BlizzCon 2019 exclusive. And we were playing and Crafty's like, that's sick. And then the next day we're playing, he goes, hey guys, I got the Genji skin. And we're like, Crafty, it's 2022. How did you go to BlizzCon 20? No, he has a viewer that had an unused code that was in their email.
Are you kidding me?
And they gave it to Crafty. So
oh my God.
Crafty yesterday was like, all right, I'm going to really feel it on Genji today. And every time he went Genji, it was like, he got his ult percentage to 45 and everybody has like 100%. And it's like, all right, I'm just throwing. And just would switch to like Cassidy or Reaper. But yeah. Do you, and then like a bunch of like Overwatch League promo skins are really rare. The Jay Jonak skin, I guess, is rare. Pink Mercy is super rare.
Yeah, there's some of those where like, in the future it'll be rare. There's Medic Brigitte, for instance, which only like I got it because I was just like, oh, Ruben's gotten it. I'll help. I'll feed him. You give him like 5 gifted or something. Back in Overwatch 1, you get it.
Oh, that's right.
I know some of them because I know like Blue and I grinded it. Whereas like Genji.
Oni Genji, baby.
Because that was back like first year or something, but it was like in order to get this, you have to play like X amount of Heroes of the Storm, and maybe like Hearthstone. It was like other Blizzard games you had to play X amount of.
Yeah. And the only
And then
reason
come
we
back.
played it was for that Genji skin, baby.
Yeah, that, and I believe Police Diva was the same. It was one of those. Might have even been like right near Oni Genji. I saw some picture of some Reaper skin, which I've never seen, that apparently very few people have. I don't know the backstory on that one, but I saw it. I was
What does
trying
it
to
look
make a
like?
thumbnail. Let me see if I can find it.
You've been playing Blue. I've seen you on a little bit.
I have been playing. I have been enjoying Overwatch. But I'm just like, I can't be taking it seriously. You know, I
Yeah.
turn toxic. I start getting competitive, and I can't be having that. You know.
Have you been Genjiing or Reinhardt or?
I'm
Or-
pretty much a one-trick weeb. I only
Okay.
play the weebs. That's only play Kiriko, only play Hanzo, only play Genji.
Makes
You want to get me
sense.
off any of those weebs? Good luck. I do play a little
Heh.
soldier though, you know. I do a little dabble a little soldier, a little FPS experience. Oh yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
big weeb main.
I'm pretty much only playing like off meta DPSers right now, like Mei, Pharah, Symmetra.
Ooh,
Um,
Farah's having it rough right now.
yeah, she's really good if you have a Pocket Mercy, but that's pretty much it. You don't, but nobody wants to sign up to be the Pocket Mercy, so nobody. I never get a Pocket Mercy.
Yeah.
And then if I'm playing tank, it's pretty much just Reinhardt. I need to learn Zarya because she's just absolutely broken at the moment. I'm just really bad at having, the idea of like, okay, like my shields are like, I always lose track of my shields.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. I mean, Zarya's not like something you just pick up and you're god with her. But like, God, she's so absurd. You can't kill her if like when a Zarya knows what they're doing.
Oh, it sucks. Especially
It's
like if they have
terrifying.
like a good like Ana or Moira. Like Moira is like super insane right now.
Bro, I don't understand how people are like, yeah, Moira's you're literally the best healer. Because Moira's burst healing is just so absurd. You spray them and it gives regen and it's gross, and I just hate it. Anyways, Overwatch is pretty tight. I've been enjoying it. Obviously, it's like, oh shit. Obviously, it's not like the craziest.
Yeah, I just feel like the tank thing is like the biggest reason why I'm having fun. Like I just feel like I'm actually doing something rather than just shooting a big fucking shield the whole time. Like it's
And I do think the lack of CC just makes like because for me, like, I think the biggest thing that made me stop playing Overwatch was how shit it always felt to play DPS. Like I never felt like I could do anything unless I was a tank or a healer, and like now with all the stuns gone, maybe tank and healing doesn't feel like drastically different, but like God, I can actually play DPS and have fun now. So
Feel like I'm doing more on tank, but I will say for a support,
oh
it feels like sometimes it doesn't matter what you do. You have the like least impact. You
you're
have a
patching up
lot
a
of
sinking
impact,
ship.
but yeah, like the difference is when I'm playing DPS and I feel like I'm playing out of my mind, we can win a game. When I'm playing support and I feel like I'm playing out of my mind, it feels like if we were gonna win, we were gonna win anyway, or we were gonna lose, we're gonna lose anyway.
yeah, there's like the amount of making your team win on support is very low. Unless you're playing like some sort of DPS Moira, but at that point, I feel like you're gonna win no matter what because you don't need to heal. I just hate Moira. She's so good.
Talk your shit, King. Talk your shit.
I think Moira's
What?
okay. I hate BAP. I hate
You
BAP.
hate BAP.
I hate BAP and I
good BAP.
hate
A good BAP can do some work.
yeah, freaking Lantern, man. That ability. No one ever shoots it. But yeah, good BAP can be really annoying. He's pretty strong. The problem with Moira is she's just like a scoreboard pattern. Like she can have decent damage and decent healing, but the thing is that's her whole kit. She literally does nothing else aside from heal or damage. That's what she does.
But her burst heal is like, if you know what you're doing, War's burst healing is nuts. You could just solo heal a tank.
But see, like, the difference is what you don't see on the scoreboard is like Ana nanos or antis, sleeps, Lucio's barrier, even movement speed buffs. So many of the other supports have things that can affect the game that don't show on the scoreboard. So people just see like more and be like, look at the damage. But that's her thing.
That you press E, right click, and it's just like, all right.
But yeah, like that's just her thing. Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
I'm Felicia Day, and I'm the host of the official The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power podcast. In every episode, I'm going backstage for an all-access look at what it took to bring Middle-earth to life. I'll even have the first full breakdown of the incredible season finale with the series showrunners, JD Payne and Patrick McKay. I will be sharing juicy behind-the-scenes stories and processing all the holy crap moments with the members of the cast and crew.
Numenor has got to be the most amazing thing ever, and we wanted it to just be the greatest kingdom of men that ever existed.
The elves are arrogant and vain. They're not beyond being corrupted.
Can I just say, watching Owen Arthur eat in his full regalia is the most hilarious thing.
So if you want to deep dive into every episode, watch The Rings of Power on Prime Video and listen to all 8 episodes of the official The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power podcast for free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app now.
Fall is officially here, and with a new season comes a new routine. But if you're like me, you get sick of the same old, same old. Luckily, Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery makes it easy to switch things up with the 30-plus meal options that they have every week, 36 weekly add-ons, and an option to add protein and vegan or veggie meals each week. You guys have heard myself, Mr. Fruit, and BlueWestlo talk about all the delicious flavors that we love, and now it's finally your turn to finally try it. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals make it easy to fuel up fast with meals delivered ready to heat and eat in just under 2 minutes. Add seasonal favorites like the 3-bean vegan chili, the apple mustard pork chop, the Tuscan tomato chicken into your rotation to spice things up. Factor meals save me time, but they also keep me satisfied. Their chef-crafted recipes are packed with restaurant-quality flavors, so what could you possibly be waiting for? Head to go.factor75.com/GG60 and use the code GG60 to get 60% off your first box. That's code GG60 at go.factor75.com/GG60 to get 60% off your first box. And now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. When I'm dealing with things like stress and burnout, it's easy to dwell on those things rather than think about solutions to fixing those problems. During my time with BetterHelp, they were able to show me what solutions actually looked like so I could focus on solutions rather than just fixating on the problem itself. When I was with BetterHelp, they did nothing but listen and also were nothing but professional the entire time. If you're thinking about giving therapy, give it a try. BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists at any time. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get you 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/GG. Again, you can see that by visiting betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/GG.
I mean, but that being said, I do think Moira, along with Anna, are like the big playmaker healers. IMO. Like you can make a pretty sizable difference depending on how you play them.
I thought Zen was pretty poo-poo, but I played against a really good Zen yesterday. And
Dude, the boop kick makes a difference.
It's pretty funny.
Boop kick's scary.
Just Discord is insane on a tank. Like if you throw Discord on a tank and you really have like a good team that'll help you focus, they're so good. It just makes me want to play them more. But then like I've been having games where it's like the enemy team has a Tracer or a Sombra, and it's like I can't do anything the whole game, and it is just like one of the most frustrating experiences ever.
Well, it's just frustrating as a support in this game because you only have one tank, and a lot of your DPS are out there diving or whatever. So when the backline's dove, it's getting better as I'm getting higher in the ranks, but people really don't know how to peel. So that's just it. It's like you're in the back. Genji's on you and you're calling it out, and your team's just They never help you with the Genji, and then the Genji picks you off, and you're like, bruh. I feel like that's where a lot of the frustration can come from too. Is just if the team isn't on the same page, and they're just letting you, like, I'll be there in the back line, you know, I'm Ana trying to help the team. Suddenly, boom, yeah, like Tracer comes out of nowhere. I call out Tracer. I'm trying to fight her off. I die. Nothing happens. 30 seconds later, yo, where's healing? Where are healers? Bro, you're throwing. Like, guys? And I'm like, don't even talk to me right now. All right?
Like, dude, what do you want from me? Like,
Where were you?
Yeah, like GG heal diff. Meanwhile, our diva is just 1v1 in the tank instead of like diving the back line. Like, I don't know. What do you want from me, man?
Nothing tilts me more than when divas do not use their defense matrix when a Bastion is clearly mowing us down. It's like, bro, you're the hard counter.
Burp.
I need you.
this is what you do.
Yeah, let's say the tanks feel better, but at the same time, the viability of different tanks right now, especially as you get higher, is really low. Like for instance, I'd Q tank more if I could just play Junker Queen more because I really like her. But you're pretty much throwing if you pick her higher because, yeah, she's cool. She's got a cool ult. But outside of that, you have like no utility. Your commanding shot's neutered. So you don't offer much to the team. You're just like another DPS. Or, you know, if I choose Doomfist, kind of same thing. Unless you're a god Doomfist, you're not doing much. Whereas otherwise, I pick another tank like freaking Zarya or Diva, and your utility is insane, your survivability is insane, your damage is insane. You can peel for your team easily, you can dive the enemy team easily. And so that's my problem with some of the tanks, or some of them just feel like I literally don't even think I can choose them. Like, I was playing Junker at the beginning of the season. I was having so much fun with her. Looked win percentage like 20%. It's just like, if I choose her, it's like, even if I'm doing good on Junker, the problem is, if I was another tank right now, could I be doing things to also just help my team? And that's my problem. But I also think it's kind of purposeful because, as they said, like, they're not really touching anyone right now because they want each season, as they said, to have different flavors. So, like, this season's more Genji, Sombra, Zarya, Diva. So I wouldn't be surprised they tone those down a little bit. And then next season, maybe instead of like as much dive or something, they boost up some other people. And so each season's a little different. And League has kind of done that too. If I get it. But like, God, if I could delete anyone from the game.
What was
Zarya.
that?
Delete
What was that?
Zarya.
What was that rare Reaper skin you were talking about?
Trying to find a picture.
What does it look like?
I don't know. It was because it was like some screenshot from some Reddit post randomly that was like, I've never seen this Reaper skin before. Where is it? And ironically
Rat
enough,
King?
too. No.
I've never seen that one.
Well, this one I think is maybe a little rare. The funny thing though is like, it's probably only rare because I'll put it in subscriber chat. It was like an event skin, more recent, and so just not as many people playing anymore. So the amount of people who probably got like those Overwatch 1 event skins towards the end, probably just rare on the principle alone that,
Like, how many people were actually playing?
yeah, like there's like it looks like a Lego Bastion skin. I missed that. But that
Oh
one's
yeah,
sick.
I do see that Lego Bastion skin quite often.
Yeah, that's one that I don't think I can get again, but that would have been sick. There are some cool skins that like I wasn't playing at the time. Like, this kind of goes hard. I'll be honest.
I do have the BlizzCon Winston. I did not know I had that. I was just kind of going through all the skins I had yesterday. Apparently, I have that one. I don't know when I got it, but I did.
I'm trying to think. Maybe that was when they did
It's
the
an ugly
virtual
ass skin,
ticket
though.
or something.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, the problem too is like I didn't want to like I don't even want to buy any of the skins just because like I don't want to support this. But then I was making thumbnails and I was like, okay, I need to use this skin, and they won't let you preview it and then use it on other things, which I think they let me in Overwatch 1. So like for instance, I needed a Kiriko thumbnail with her witch skin, so I had to buy the Kiriko witch skin. Because yeah, otherwise, like I think I'm kind of with you. Whatever skins I have now,
That's it. Like that's all.
let's ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's
that's-
ride.
Let's
That's
ride.
literally all I'm ever using. I couldn't imagine. Like the Mummy Ana skin is out, and I really like it, but it's $20, and it's like, I don't know. Like I just maybe like the whole idea of like having a loot box system. Like sure, I may have spent more to get it, but I might have gotten other. Like I don't know. Like it's a weird kind of spot.
I don't know. So we'll see. But more importantly, though, to me is as long as we content, you know. So like, what season 2 comes out in a month. I think season 2 is an outlier where we'll get a new map and a new hero, but then I believe after that, each season will alternate new map, new hero. So as long as they're able to keep up the cadence, like that's just it. This feels like the way to say it, like a Halo Infinite original thing was like gameplay's great, but everything else except that it's not quite infinite level.
Oh,
because like
we don't
like,
need to talk about Infinite.
at least we
That's
have
just how to
comp.
fumble the bag 101.
yeah, yeah, that's a whole other bag of worms. But yeah, really enjoying Overwatch 2. I was trying to hit Diamond quickly. That's my one complaint, because originally I would have not done it. I was just flex queuing, playing whatever in comp, because in Overwatch 1, once they added role queue, at the end of a season, you got a little less points, but you got points per individual rank. So like if you were Diamond in here and Plat in these other two, you'd get X amount for each. So I was like, okay, well, I just need to go ahead and do that. Except now they changed it, so it's back to just your highest one, which doesn't make much sense to me because I feel like it immediately dissuades flexing. Like, what's the point of ranking in other roles in that aspect for some people? Because yeah, otherwise if I'd done DPS sooner, I would have hit that sooner and then I could have switched. But yeah, I needed to because today Modern Warfare 2 released. So I'm gonna
Modern
check
Warfare,
that out.
baby!
Gonna grind it. Also, I haven't looked, but apparently skin challenges are way more doable. So I'll finna act up. So I want to check that out. Next Tuesday or Wednesday, New World. A week after that, God of War. A week after that, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh.
So
Yeesh.
it's gonna be a lot of grinding. So at this point, I'm still gonna be throwing Overwatch 2 in there, but it's gonna be not comp every single day like I've been
There's
doing.
just so much coming out, and I'm so ready to bust. I mean,
Torb? Are you?
I'm molten coring.
I'm gooming.
And then yeah, I forgot about that New World thing. That's, dude, I'm looking for a new MMO. I'm not looking for one, but I'm looking to try a new
Yeah, Final
MMO.
Fantasy's like, what? What are you saying?
The FF, you could never lose my heart. But I am like basically done with everything on FF right now, so it's like
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to checking out all the new stuff, grinding with the homies.
Yeah, it'll be fun. That's why I said yeah, because I look back at the old New World and, sure, was it healthy? No. But did I have a good time doing it? Yeah, I did.
I don't think I'm going to go as hard as I did before, which was like 16 hours every day. Going to try and reel it in a little bit. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. This whole private server thing should be interesting too. And it's weird that I'm like on the list of like there's leaders and co-leaders, because there's like just everyone's like MMO players or Giants for the most part. And then there's me, who's like, I played New World.
I had an unhealthy addiction when it
Yeah.
launched.
And then I burnt out and ruined my everything in life and realized I need to step back. I'm back. So yeah, busy month coming up. Trying to think
Be
after
fun.
Scarlet and Violet if there's really anything. It's really just this like 2-3 week splooge, of course. Because
Hey,
otherwise,
man, sometimes all you need is a 2-3 week splooge.
so little bender. Because yeah, otherwise the only thing I can think of is Lightfall, but that's February. And then I'm sure, well, along with that, February, March is again every game that's been delayed, which was probably at this point like 20. Kind of the same thing we had this year. Yeah, we'll see. Other than that, went to that When We Were Young concert in Vegas last weekend.
Yeah, I was
How did that
curious
go?
on how that went.
This is what I've been waiting for. I was like, all right,
It
what
was-
are we talking here?
We give
What's
us
the
smoke.
damage? Was it
Give us
real?
smoke on. Yeah, that's what I got. Like, I'm
I
so
say real.
curious.
That was me. I was like, I don't believe that shit's
Me
real.
too,
Like,
to a certain extent.
So flew out Saturday because originally when tickets were being sold, we tried to get the tickets because there's only one day, and then that's when they announced they were doing a day 2, and so we were only able to get tickets for day 2. So that Saturday we were flying out. Departure time was supposed to be 5 p.m. We departed at 10 p.m.
oh boy.
My streak of delayed flights continues.
It must
this
have
time-
been because of wind. Like
This
or
time, yeah, there
something.
was severe like red alert weather warning for winds in Las Vegas and the surrounding area. So much so that some people, if they saw the news, that first day When We Were Young was canceled, just shut down. So ironically, get destroyed, noobs. Day tours were thriving. And I felt so bad for, because if you were at Vegas for day 1 and that's it,
Like, you just
I
missed
had
it.
my
you just
cousin,
missed it. That's
my
it.
cousins, and I guess my cousin-in-law. I don't know how it works. They had Saturday only tickets because they had a wedding to go to on that Sunday, so they were in Vegas for that only day.
Because the problem was like they didn't do it day 3. You didn't get day 2 tickets because they couldn't because it's already sold out. So you either had to try and scalp some, or yeah, that you just, I couldn't imagine. I'd be so upset because I know there are some people too that traveled far for that. Oh man, I couldn't imagine.
Oh, dude, so many people traveled so far.
And the thing too is some people don't realize too is the event didn't shut it down.
Like
The-
National Weather Service.
Yeah, like the fire department and stuff of the Las Vegas County, like the county shut them down. They said you can't. Which I will say makes sense because Sunday was still windy. So if it was worse than that, bruh. So yeah, our plane was delayed because it was so windy. What was happening was only like one plane was being allowed to land at once. So you could look at the tracker, and Saturday night was just like dozens of planes circling Vegas waiting for their turn. And then it was usually like, okay, this one's running out of fuel. We got to get that one down first. So
that
we were just
sucks.
waiting. So at least that wasn't us. We were still at the
hate being-
airport, but we were
I
waiting
don't think
to.
I've ever been in a holding pattern like that. I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, so that's why we were delayed. Makes sense. Still sucked because we ended up landing like 1 a.m. Getting to the hotel around like 1:30, which means went to bed at about 2 to get up at like 8 or something to go grab a quick breakfast to get in line to get into the event, which you wouldn't think, but it was freezing because of the winds. So struggling in line. And the problem too is like I couldn't get out of line to go put on warmer clothes because I wouldn't be able to get back. And I know in a couple hours it's going to go from freezing to balls hot once we're in the sun. So yeah, sat in line for a while. Made it in. It was indeed real. It was a thing. We were there. So I think first band we saw was the Ready Set, I believe. That was on Claire's list. Started at, I want to say noon. And then we were there until like 11:30 at night. Your boy was exhausted. Just walking and standing for, I think, close to like 14, 15 hours that day. Which,
Jeez.
not only with that, with my back and stuff too, I was fighting for my life. So it was literally moments where, like, where is somewhere I can just sit? There are no seats anyway, so like that I won't get trampled. It was honestly not too crowded, at least during the day, while there were so many stages going. Surprisingly enough, didn't really bleed through. Like whatever stage you were at, you didn't like you weren't really picking up the other ones.
That's
spread out
good. That's
enough.
like was like my biggest worry, that you would be so close that like you would hear like two different kind of
Yeah, no, you
things going on.
played well. And I'll give it to them too. They were punctual. Like if it was 12 o'clock showtime, they started at 12.
That's
And
good.
if it ended at
Oh,
12:30,
that's
like
unheard of.
yeah, like they were done at 12:30. And if the next people were up at 12:35, like boom. I was impressed. And that was all the stages. Like no one was dallying around. So for the most part, the bands we saw, there were only two I cared about seeing. The other ones, it was whatever Claire wanted to see.
What were the two you wanted to see?
4 Year Strong and A Day to Remember. Those were mine.
Ooh, I love A Day to Remember. That would
No
be sweet.
Paramore, sussy.
Well, Claire's already gonna go to Paramore. So like,
Okay, based.
because the last ones were like, they essentially did it like, especially there was called the Black and Pink stage. They were next to each other. And the reason too is while Black was playing, Pink was setting up. And so then when Pink was playing, Black was setting up. And these were like the bigger bands. So Black and Pink just progressively got to like the more popular bands until at the end of the night, it went Day to Remember, Avril Lavigne, Paramore, My Chemical Romance. That's how they like finished the night. So it so yeah, we were already gonna see those because also at that point there were some other stages playing at the end of the night, but it was like I've never heard of these people because they just knew like, well, all right, most people are here for these, and that's when it got crowded. Way too like we couldn't even see anything, frankly.
And that's like that's my problem with like festivals like that. Like it's just like, especially if you're not the tallest of people, or you know, or the most assertive of people to like, you know,
yeah.
For me, it's like I would have enjoyed listening to this in my car more. You know, like I'm not.
It was essentially, can we get a view of the screens of the camera capturing the stage? And when I say it was packed too, like I mean like elbow to elbow, and I was easily like at least 200 yards away. It was just like a sea of people, which thank God too, because I would not have done well if I were near the front of that crowd. Knowing I couldn't just get out, because like when we got to our hotel and we were able to like look down and just see the crowd, no shot, man. Like,
yeah,
just panic inducing. I couldn't do it.
What was the merch line like? I know you asked if I wanted any merch or specifically. That's what.
I didn't sit in that line. Claire did.
Yeah, that's what like you're like, yo, you want any merch while down here? I was like, you know what, man? Like if the line is like God is good and the line is fine, sure. But like I was like, I'm not gonna wish that evil upon you, dude. Like
there was a little break in the afternoon where there weren't any shows she wanted to see or I wanted to see. So like I had to go back to the hotel real quick to I think like get some meds and then change clothes, come back, get food while she was in the merch line. And yeah, it was like 2 hours. Merch lines were brutal. And there were multiple of them. The food was okay, as you can imagine too. So overpriced.
Festival food.
Yeah, festival food for sure. Just a long day, let me tell you. Just dead inside. And like,
where
so
did you
at the
guys
end,
stay at?
I think it was Hilton or Hyatt, but it was literally like, what's crazy is if you looked at the map, it showed like the whole stage, and then there's like a weird little cutout in the middle of it. That's because that's the hotel grounds we were at. So we were right next to it. So that was nice. Made it really easy. But the bands were, for the most part, good. Some of them, like one of the ones Claire really wanted to see, like the Maine or something. I'd never heard of them.
Oh, I love the Maine.
Terrible.
What?
Oh, no.
Because he
Back
played.
Butterflies and Deja Vu is so great. Like,
They each had like 30 or 40-minute sets. I think earlier in the day, like 30-minute sets. I think he played like 2 songs. The dude just talked.
wait, it's just a guy? The Maine is just a dude?
The singer or whatever, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just talked. And that's why it's like, cool, man, this is a festival, quick turnover. We're not here for that. We're here to see you sing. And so he'd be like doing crowd things like, where are you guys from? Where are you coming out?
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then yeah, COVID's been tough, man. And he's just going on. It's like, bruh. Again, we're man. like that's not why people came out here, man. If it's your own concert, I understand, but when it's like, let's go. So that was a little disappointing. Finally got to see 4 Years Strong, which is one of my favorite bands. They killed it.
That's good.
Made me realize though, like, yeah, they're about as small as I imagined because they were put in the smallest venue, and I was like, man, this is disrespectful. And I saw how many people showed up. I'm like, okay, well, maybe not. I thought we had.
Did you guys see Red Jumpsuit Apparatus? I feel like that would have been my Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I think.
Nah, Red Jump would have more for sure. Because like there was, for instance, what were they called? We the Kings. They had like that one hit song.
And Plastic Heart.
Well, they had the Check Yes
back.
Juliet. Check Yes Juliet was like their
Fire away, forget yeah. Great Escape, yeah.
No.
I love that song.
No, that's different.
What?
Different
Is
band.
it?
Check Yes Juliet is like Check Yes Juliet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're singing a different song.
Yeah, but I think it's the same band.
No, I think that's the Ready Set Go or something. Because I think I also asked Claire that, and she's like, no.
Paper bags.
But I know Check Yes Juliet, like people showed up just for that song when they were playing, and I was like, I feel like they're a smaller band, and they played in that same venue, and they were playing their song, and it got pretty crowded. So I was like, oh well, I'll look at like 4 Years Strong, and then listening to 4 Years Strong, it reminded me too, like they've never had a breakout hit, and we're at like a sixth of the people that they had.
Boys Like Girls,
and they had like a sixth of the people We the Kings had. Huh. Yeah, I always thought they were more popular. Maybe that was just biased because I liked them.
Well, that's kind of like one of the things Sydney and I talked about when the concert like first came out, and it was just like all these bands. And Sydney's like, "How are all these bands gonna get an hour to play?" And I was like, "Babe, like think about it for a second. Like most of these bands had a album that came out that like for some reason we loved, and then nothing really after that." I was like, 30 minutes for Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. Sure, I was kind of sad, but I was like, that is plenty of time. Like, that is.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is, like, Claire would be like, okay, we have to go see these people. I'd go there and be like, sweet, like, what songs are you hoping they play? She's like, well, I only know like 2. And usually they would open with the one she was thinking of and close with the one she was thinking of. Like, every band would start with one you knew. And then the funny thing, too, is the next one's like, all right, hey, guys, thanks for coming out. So this one's on our new album. You probably don't know it.
People start slowly walking out to the next band.
And so like middle sets were just like, we've never heard these songs. And then they close with like the final 2 are like, yeah, we know these. That That was every single band. That was so funny.
That's funny.
So like, hey, we're still making music. You guys heard this? And I was like, no.
No.
One of the guys is like, I know you probably guys don't know how to sing it. Just feel free to fake it. That'd be great. Okay, thanks. And
Just for
that's
the content.
yeah. But the thing too is they had, I think, 5 stages going at once. So that's how they were, and each set was like 30, 25 minutes or something. So that's how they were just bam, 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 all over the place. And yeah, kudos to them because whoever was running it and had the whole logistics, as far as I know, like nothing went wrong. Everyone was on time. Everyone played. It was sick. I'm so sad though that they didn't play the later bands, the beaters, earlier because, like I said, after that long of a day, you're just dead. So I'm there, and I'm just kind of like slowly rocking back and forth. Feet are killing me. My back's killing me. I'm so tired. I'm hungry. And it's just like, Paramore. I want like imagine this was earlier in the day. Oh, it would have been so much cooler. So you still get to enjoy it, but it just wasn't the same. But yeah, it was cool seeing the people. I didn't really go for myself. Like that's not really my thing.
Mm-hmm. That like a festival, and you're saying?
Yeah, or even
Festivals
really
are
just
terrifying.
Concerts. Yeah, no, because like for me too. First off, I didn't even talk about this. So I had like earplugs in, and Claire found these like cool ones too that are specifically designed to like help let some noise in, especially for like concerts, but also just protect your hearing.
Yeah.
But that's the thing at concerts, like unless like we would go to these bands she wanted to see, and if I didn't know them, I couldn't tell you a word from the song because at concerts especially, and sometimes in the mixing, like all you hear is the drums and then the bass, like your whole body's vibrating, and then the singer's like, I'm like,
I'll make a stinky.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know what they're saying, but cool. So it's just so loud, and I feel like an old man out there. I'm like, yeah, this hurts because also what happened on the flight there Saturday night. The last 45 minutes of the flight, some of the most pain I've ever been in my life. Felt like I just about ruptured my ear because story time, back when I was a kid, I had problems with my ears, specifically my left ear, and I had surgery on it like 4 or 5 different times. It's a bad ear. It's just not great. I only have like half hearing in it anyway. And it's just very delicate. Like even when I go swimming, very prone to ear infections, all this kind of stuff. And when I've flown, I have a really hard time with the pressure. Even equalizing, trying to do any of that stuff.
Yeah,
sometimes it
that's
just
fair.
sucks. So this time,
Ugh.
we like left, or we took off, and it was so late, and I knew we were landing late, so I'm going to try and take a nap on the plane. Fall asleep, and I wake, and then I just wake out of that nap halfway through the flight. Just pain, like white in the face pain, and it literally just feels like my ear has ruptured, and I can't do anything.
Which ear, left or right?
My left ear, yeah.
Important questions.
I'm not able to equalize it. Nothing was working. It's just making it worse. The other problem too is like sometimes if I'm able to like chew gum and really move my mouth, kind of like mitigate some of the pain. Problem is can't do that with my jaw anymore. So I'm sitting there fighting for my life, like gripping the chairs on my arm. Like I think I'm gonna pass out just from like
this chair gripping.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass it just from the pain. And it didn't relent. And that it was the longest 45 minutes of my life. I was like, we gotta be landing soon. We gotta be landing soon. Dear baby Jesus, if you're out there, land this plane. And so then my ear was super sore, sort of the touch. Was worried I'd maybe gotten infected or something too again. Good news is it's fine right now. But also the next day, even just putting in like the earplugs hurt. But so then I was worried too. I was like, is this gonna do some serious damage? I don't think it did. But so that was the whole
That's cool.
thing. Yeah. Then yeah, that was pretty much it. And then got back at the hotel late to wake up at like 5:30 to go to the airport and fly back. So that's why it was like a trip, but it was the most exhausting trip like possible. Like it was not at all like, oh, a little break. No. It was blah, 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 blah. It was fun. I had fun with Claire. But yeah, it was exhausting to say the least. And at least Sunday wasn't canceled. Because man, that would have been a huge bummer.
Yeah, that would have really sucked.
Yeah. So thankfully they had the day 2 came in big. And yeah. If my wife wants me to go to another one, I will. But will I ever go to another festival myself?
Will I go of my own free will
I saw,
without
like-
someone being like, "Let's go"? Absolutely not.
Yeah, probably not.
I saw that, or like you had said, like you thought about going to San Francisco for the finals. I figured, like, I was like, either he had a awful time at when we were young and decided, you know what, like I'm gonna go do something for me. Like,
I just want to go so bad because
it was hype though. Oh, dude, that game where it was like the inhibitor like respawned or something, like I don't know
Yeah.
what happened, but it was crazy. I could tell.
the games have been nuts, which is why I'm thinking too. These semifinals are going to be nuts. Like they should just be good games, but that's why too. Like honestly, this finals might be the last like league, especially Worlds events in North America. I just haven't gone to anything, and the last one when I went in 2016 was fun. So I want to, but it's just I know it's gonna happen, and then it's coming in between all these things, and then we just got like logistics, like the dogs and stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to go, but I'm penny pinching to the wedding. So
Um,
is there anything else we want to touch on before questions? But yeah, the inhibitor thing was so sick. Like, is it basically like that inhibitor spawned? And when that inhibitor spawns, you can't deal damage to the turrets now?
well, the Nexus. So the Nexus turrets itself as well. But so the Nexus and Nexus turrets, if there's an inhibitor open, then you can hit the turrets and then the Nexus. But if the inhibitor respawns and then there's
What's the
no
timer
other,
on that?
like I think 3 minutes. And as soon as you destroy, so each one could be separate.
Yeah.
But if an inhibitor respawns and there's none other destroyed, the Nexus turrets become invulnerable. Or if you've broken the Nexus turrets and it's just the Nexus, if an inhibitor respawns and no inhibitors are broken, the Nexus goes invulnerable. So that's what ended up happening. And so many of the games have just been back and forth, wild. Reverse sweeps, just crazy stuff.
Yeah, it was sick.
So I guess before questions, last thing, House of Dragons finale season's over.
I
think?
will admit, it was a good season.
It started slow, but I think that was the beauty of it. It built up, and so far, like it felt like some good payoff.
Very good payoff.
Also more dragons and the promise of more dragons. I'm here for it. Some heartbreaking scenes, for sure.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Great television, though.
Some good ass
great stuff.
television.
Great acting too. Almost all the actors, what's the hand's name? He's of Hightower.
Otto Hightower.
Is that Otto Hightower? He's done a great job. I think he's really killed it. Damon, his actors killed it. Viserys did a great job. All around, yeah. Just really happy. So far, like, if they can keep this up, I think it'll be great. And that's the problem is I have trust issues right now. Can we finish a Game of Thrones thing, without blowing our load immediately. But yeah, the setup and the politics and the drama, it's all been great.
Clap pretty hard.
Yeah. I'm all about it. It's definitely like the best show on television. Like it's so crazy like how I just get immediately immersed in that world. Okay, let me pull up the questions here. Okay, so it was Ricardo the Heart. What is your favorite Costco food court item?
Oh, all of them. Man, Costco pizza, bro.
I like the chicken
No,
bake.
that's what I was gonna say. Yes, the chicken bake probably my favorite. It's so good.
Never had anything, so
What?
You son of a bitch.
Are you
We're
a
going
Costco
to,
member?
we just never got food.
Okay.
If we
dude.
did,
What the?
it'd be the free samples.
We're doing a no. We're doing
Yeah, no, it's
a.
like a different. Yeah.
We're doing no. We're doing a Mr. Fruit first time trying Costco food video, dude.
I think I had like their soft serve once or twice, like because it was like $1 cone. I could convince my mom to get that for me. But yeah, otherwise, no, I don't think I've ever had their food. I know people, some people swear by it.
Bro,
It's pretty good actually. Like you would think it
fucks.
wouldn't be, but it's actually pretty good.
I'm gonna say it fucks. I'm just gonna be straight up. That shit fucks.
We're also
Quentin,
not members now, so
are any of you guys in need for speed? They are supposed to release a video tomorrow. Not sure if you guys are into arcade racing games, but supposed to be an anime theme from what I hear. Speaking of anime, are you looking forward to any that are coming out this month?
Oh, you go first. You go first. You go
well,
first.
no, I need to even look up a list of animes.
Chainsaw the thing. I need to watch that. I want the episodes to kind of, but I am gonna watch that. I am behind on My Hero as well.
Yeah, because that just released. I think I haven't seen the new season yet.
My Hero Mega Lol.
Hey,
Sorry, I meant
What
it.
is this?
I know.
Well, I'm looking at a new list, and I'll be honest, I never heard of it. Although I've heard of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's a movie, I guess, but I also have never seen the show.
Are you gonna watch Chainsaw?
Yeah, I've heard things about Chainsaw Man. The problem is I want to watch that, but I haven't watched anime in honestly a while, like over a year, really. I haven't watched much. So there's just a lot I need to catch up on. So it's
Fair,
just
fair.
like added to the list. Like I think if I'm gonna do anything, next one is I want to watch Spy Family with Claire. That one's not
A
too
little
long.
slice of life.
Yeah, I think she'd like it. As for racing games, not huge into them. The only ones I ever enjoyed were Need for Speed Underground way back on the PS1 or 2. And that was it. It was just fun with my friends and family. I'm just not a big racing guy, as you've seen with Mario Kart. Not really my games.
I love Need for Speed. So, and they have not really been doing a great job for a while, to be honest. So, seeing something kind of new, I'm looking forward to it. I am pretty tired of like realistic racing sims, like even Forza Horizon, more on the arcadey-ish side, but still pretty like a little like exhaustingly like cars and realism. So, I mean, the new Need for Speed looks really cool. So, probably the coolest it's looked in a long time. So, I'm looking forward to it.
I haven't played a Need for Speed like hardcore since like Underground 2. So
Those
if
went
it was something
hard.
like that, yeah, those were sick.
Get low.
Um,
Get low. Get low. Get low.
Demon, if you were transformed into one of the other two guys' pets, which pet would you want to be and why? Would you pick that pet owner? So like, I get to pick between Boomy, Appa, and Olive, and then you guys between.
I'd probably pick Albus just because Rob pampers the fuck out that cat.
I was probably gonna say the same.
I choose Appa, and I would do a Uno reverse card. All of a sudden, Appa is just not eating his poop. He's, but now
I feel like
hey,
that's an urge.
and now he's licking his pee. I'm licking my pee. Like I'm just doing different things now.
Yeah, but
like, I stopped
maybe you go to Oppa and you're like, hey, he's onto something. Hold on, this ain't that bad.
Maybe.
Okay,
Yeah,
see.
I get it. I get it.
now. Okay, yeah, I just need a new perspective. Yeah, I was originally probably gonna say Albus too. I get that. Plus, just a regal looking cat.
He just got neutered. No more balls.
But I'll go Boomy because, first off, if I was a cat, I'd be allergic to myself.
That's fair.
So, just slowly die.
Boomy,
5 head.
hey, Boomy goes out a lot, and Boomy gets a lot of attention.
I was
So
gonna say Boomy is an only child, so he benefits from that. I'd like the attention, and also, the fact that people underestimate me because I'm a little blue chihuahua, but really,
and let me tell you, you will not underestimate yourself.
yeah. But hey,
You will think you are the biggest dog in the world.
that's right. Yeah, my confidence. I'm all bark, no bite though.
Next question from Carlos says, all right, with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet coming, are any of you guys planning on playing it and streaming it? I remember watching Blue play
Fuck yeah.
SWSH on Twitch a while ago, shiny hunting. Were you able to catch that shiny red Drago? I don't think I ever got to see if you did.
I stopped shiny hunting it. I should really finish that.
I don't know. I mean, I'll play it. I don't know. I've been having fun with the Nuzlocke, and it makes me want to play Pokemon. But it also shows that I don't know anything about Pokemon.
At the very least, I know Blue Joey and I talked about trying to do it depends. We don't know how the co-op works.
Yeah.
But trying to do like a co-op let's play. But at the very least, yeah, all of us will be.
I'm going in, baby.
Yeah, grinding that when it comes out.
Me streaming, rare. Me streaming when Pokemon game is out, guaranteed.
Be there. It's the only thing you can be sure of with Pokemon.
Very true.
Oh, shiny overworld sprites though, popping off. Brought that back, Marcius.
So ready. I'm gonna fucking bust. I mean, respectfully.
Although a little sus. I'm gonna have to watch. Although I feel like at that point I wouldn't be doing that. But auto battling will not care if it's a shiny or not. They will just kill it. So
What?
If you're looking to shiny hunt, careful.
Be careful.
Sorry, they'll faint.
I saw that and I was like,
out.
I need to. Gotta be careful.
Next question here is from. Give me a second here. Sorry, I lost my place in line. We have a big line. What did I just ask? God. All right, here we go. Next question is from Soapport. Says, hey, all, been listening since episode 1, GG Easy Reboot, and I'm finally able to support so I can finally ask a question. Just want to say first off the bat, in the relation to Fruit's recent Nuzlocke video, this is the 5th of October, so whatever was around there.
Wow.
Just wanted to say, your solo content is some of the best on YouTube. I get excited to see each and every video you post, and you've been an inspiration throughout the years. With that said, here's my question on the topic of inspiration. What do you all find in each other that inspires you to do better? Blue is unapologetically himself, and Christian is the hardest worker I know. When he doesn't have to be, but still does. My back.
My neck. My back. Yeah, the problem is my hard work ethic is a coping mechanism. So, it's like fail my way to success kind of thing. What was the question? Inspiration? Inspiring?
Yeah, like what kind of like things do you pull from, I guess, us? Or like
For Blue, it would be constantly motivated to try and make him laugh. Because Blue's laugh could cure cancer. We just haven't found a way to
Hey, we're
harness it yet.
working on that. Working on the science.
we're deep in the
put
lab.
it in a jar. It just, for some reason when we opened it didn't work.
Dexter and I, we're right there. So it always helps me focus on having fun. Never Blue's there. Then with Rob, inspired to keep going because knowing that I'm not alone, and that if he's ever called upon, for duty, he's always there. He's always gonna show up. He's always reliable. And
Locking
so,
into my 9 to 5, you know what I mean? It could be worse.
but that you'd be in this line of work. That's hard to come by sometimes. So
Oh,
especially
Mr.
realized that
Westlo.
when I was collaborating for some videos.
I will say with Rob, I can always rely on having someone to just talk mad shit. Like if
Support to
I need
have.
to, like if something's clearly, and me and Rob were usually on the same wavelength of like this is bullshit. So whenever,
Because you're right.
so if ever I need someone, if ever I need to look over to someone and be like, what is this? I can
You
look
know
to
who you're
Rob.
texting.
I know who I'm going to. I know who I'm like. What
Like
the
that future
fuck?
meme I posted to you guys. Like I sent that one separately to where it was I texted Kevin and I was like, yo, like hope you're doing well.
Classic. And to an extent, Rob's unabashed just I'm an asshole.
I'm skipping that line.
But damn it, am I a correct asshole?
I'm skipping that line, damn it.
Hey, sometimes
Fruit,
you're a petty queen, and we need that.
Rob is the pettiest. That's honestly what it comes down to. I can rely on someone to be petty. It's Rob, and you know what? That pettiness gets me
I'm
through the
doing
day
that like
sometimes.
petty emoji girl though.
100%. Rob's our petty girl. Fruit. I will say what he says about Rob. If you ever really need Fruit, he will be there. And also, he's an incredibly absurdly hard worker, but he needs to stop. He needs to slow it down. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, hey, take a little time for yourself. But at the same time, I will say Fruit will be there for you as a friend every time.
You know what? I'm gonna end the episode there because I feel that's a good way to end
very
it.
wholesome.
Nice, very nice, wholesome. Everybody liked that. That was nice.
Everybody like that.
That was nice.
So thank you everybody for listening. We'll
Next
see
episode
you.
will be 3 years.
The big 3. Wow. I don't know what kind of a milestone that would. We're out of the terrible 2s if we're kids, I guess.
Yeah.
We should already be talking and walking. I don't know what else happens at 3. Anything big? Do we get all of our teeth? I don't know when that happens. Well, we're gonna do something. Because 3 years. Woo! Thanks for listening and watching for that long. If you haven't, then you might be new or your first episode or just a little bit. Still appreciate you. Thanks for vibing with us. Hope you guys have a great week. We will see you next Sunday. Farewell.